Guys, let's talk about Thomas Partey. He appeared in court today to answer to the rape and sexual assault charges. I'm going to tell you every single thing that happened in court today. We're also going to talk about Mohammed Kudus. He held an interview talking about UCL football with Tottenham and also what he brings to the table. And also talk about ransford yeboah Königsdörffer, why his move to OGC Nice failed, amongst many others. But before we jump into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it and begin with Thomas Partey. Today, he appeared at the Westminster Magistrate Court to answer to 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault. This is how he arrived. Let's check this out. So guys, you have seen the video. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Thomas Partey's case involves 3 women, 2 counts of rape against 1 woman, 3 counts of rape against another woman, and 1 sexual assault count against a 3rd woman. And I hope Thomas Partey comes out of this alive and also safe and also innocent, because he has denied all the charges and all the allegations against him. Now, he has been granted a conditional bail, and these are the conditions attached to the conditional bail. 1, reporting to a police station. The defendant may be required to regularly check in with a designated police station. 2, residence restriction. This could involve living at a specific address, having curfew, or being excluded from certain areas. 3, electronic monitoring. This may involve wearing a GPS tag to track the defendant's location. 4, restriction on contact. The defendant may be prohibited from contacting certain individuals, particularly the alleged victims or witnesses. And now 5, surrender of passport. This prevents the defendant from leaving the country. So guys, these are the conditions attached to the conditional bail for Thomas Partey. But the one thing that happened in court that everybody liked was him being confirmed to be playing for Villarreal. Now, the chief magistrate Paul Goldspring stated that, I understand he is no longer employed in this country and now is playing in Spain. Now, this is to signify that Thomas Partey has signed for Villarreal. So it is actually true that Thomas Partey has signed for Villarreal. It is official because it has been included in his court proceedings. And this is what the chief magistrate Paul Goldspring said. I understand he is no longer employed in this country and is playing in Spain now. So that is what he said. But then Thomas Partey is scheduled or due to appear in court on the 2nd of September at Old Bailey. So the court has been adjourned. The court proceedings has been adjourned, and he's scheduled to appear in court on the 2nd of September. Now, something happened outside the court that I want to talk about. There were protesters outside the court that were not happy with all this situation. Now, they held a banner. Now, this is what the banner read, and I'm going to read this very quickly. It says that Arsenal said, "We do the right thing, then did nothing." That's what the banner said. The banner that the protesters were holding outside the court. And this is against Thomas Partey. Most of the fans do not like it. The fact that Arsenal did nothing, they cover it up. That's what they believed. That is what those protesters believed, that Arsenal covered things up when Thomas Partey was being investigated. But then guys, this is everything you need to know about Thomas Partey's situation currently. He has been granted a conditional bail. That means he can go to Spain and play his football with Villarreal, but then he has conditions. He has certain restrictions. You know, he has to inform the police, he has to inform the court if there is going to be any international travels here and there. I mean, he can be at certain areas at certain times. He cannot contact the witnesses and also the victims in this particular case. But then, guys, this is what went down today. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know it down below in the comments. So, guys, that is it with Thomas Partey. Now, let's move away from that and talk about Mohammed Kudus. Now, Mohammed Kudus held an interview with Haters TV, talked about UCL football with Tottenham Hotspur, talk about the ability he brings to the table, talked about a lot. Guys, let's check this out.
Yeah, you know, as much as I offer a lot, defensively too, I want to be able to make the team feel like they can also depend on me, you know, because the fullback also needs me when we stuff like that. So especially in games like this where they're gonna have to be defending sometimes. So yeah, it's something I'm definitely looking at.
When you first joined the club, what did Thomas say to you? Kind of what was the message he told you he wanted from you as a Spurs player?
Obviously, just we all know my abilities in 1v1s, trying to create and help the team, you know. So that's what I'm here to, trying to help, but also, you know, defensively trying to add that to my game as well.
You're such an exciting dribbler, Mo. I wanted to ask, how did you develop that when you were growing up in Accra in Ghana? What were you doing?
I've always seen the game like always trying to be different, you know. We have a lot of passes and there's less more guys like trying to get the ball, dribble and take on, and that's how I've always grown to play, you know, try to entertain the fans and enjoy as much as I can, you know. So it has always been part of my game.
When you were younger, who did you look at who entertained you and you maybe tried to copy what they were doing?
Oh, a lot of players, but from Africa I would say JJ Okocha. Yeah, I really like how he was playing, you know, and yeah.
Amazing. And then since you've been at Spurs, who are the players who you get on really well with, who sort of helped you settle in?
To be honest, so far everyone really helped me a lot, you know. The guys trying to speak to me, you know, trying to get the connection on and off the pitch, you know. But so far it's been very smooth. But Kevin is a Ghanaian, so we speak our local dialect, which is easier to connect. But everyone will help you.
What's your local dialect? Twi?
Twi, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you two talk about then?
Oh, everything, you know.
Back home,
life, you know. Just he just tried to help me because he's been here before me. You know.
Jay asked about other players who you look up to before you come to Spurs, and obviously Son is the captain and the club legend here.
So much respect and admiration for him. We played against each other in the World Cup, and
yes,
and yeah, I just love how he plays. You know, he's done a lot for the club, and I'm really he's a great example for us from how he trains, carry himself, and all that. So yeah, big up to him.
So you got Champions League experience. How excited do you get back in that competition again?
Yeah, very, very, very exciting. You know, that's the levels we live to play for, and I think this club deserves to be at that spot. So we need to make the most out of it.
What's the ambition Premier League wise this year? Do you think how far can this club go?
Do as high as last season wasn't really, but this season we're trying to be top half of the table, you know, as high as we can. Yeah.
Guys, you have heard from Mohammed Kudus and what he had to say in that interview. I don't want to talk too much. He has said a lot, and you guys have heard Mohammed Kudus. Mohammed Kudus is going to feature in Tottenham's next game, which is against Bayern Munich on the 7th of this month. That would be their last pre-season game, and I hope Mohammed Kudus makes all of us proud. I have seen a lot of comments. People are saying Kudus hold on to the ball too much, he's selfish and all that. Trust me, 13th of this month, I'm going to show you that Kudus is that guy. Super Cat, Kudus is going to surprise all of you. 13th of this month. You guys should pull down for Kudus. Cool down for him. Yes. Now let's move away from Kudus and talk about Inaki Williams. Yesterday, he featured for Athletic Club against Liverpool. I felt like he played particularly well, but yesterday, 2 games were played. Liverpool played against Athletic Club twice. And in all those games, Liverpool won. The first game, Liverpool won by 4-1. The second game, Liverpool won by 3-2. So in total, Liverpool scored 7 goals. Athletic Club scored 3 goals. Total goals scored in those 2 games were 10 goals. And those games were so nice. Both games were so nice, very interesting, so intense. And I'm not going to lie to you. I was the one who sat here and said Arsenal is going to win the EPL. I've changed my mouth. I have changed my mind and my mouth. I think Liverpool is the team to beat. Liverpool have enough squad depth. Just imagine this team adding Isak, Muturan. Look, Liverpool are the team to beat. I watched them play against Athletic Club and I'm like, nah, Liverpool is the team. They have a very good squad. They play some beautiful football. They are midfield. Look, Liverpool is having a very good squad. Don't underestimate them. And looking at what they want to do with the mission they want to send into next season, the whole thing is about Diego Jota. Winning something for Diego Jota is going to be very difficult for a lot of teams out there. Liverpool is the team to beat. I believe Liverpool now can win the EPL, not Arsenal. I don't trust Arsenal. After what I saw in preseason, I don't trust that. Liverpool is the team. But then in that game, Inaki Williams did not play bad. He played particularly well in my own opinion. But the player everyone is talking about is Inaki Williams. He didn't even complete a single dribble. I feel like Inaki Williams' dribble style is one way. You know, he plays at the left wing, and the way he dribbles is easy for any defender to read. Even me, if I'm a defender, Inaki Williams will not dribble me. I'm telling you. Because the way he dribbles is easy to read. If me, I'm a defender, Nico no go dribble me. You understand? And I see Barca fans, they were excited. They were like, thank God we dodge your bullets. This boy cannot dribble. Look at Rashford. Ta 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 ta. He's there. He's just dribbling and everything. But then, guys, this is what happened yesterday. That game was very entertaining, very nice to watch. And I believe athletic clubs themselves, they needed this game because come next season, they are going to compete in a lot of competition. The UCL, the Spanish La Liga, the Copa del Rey, they need to be there. They need to be serious so that they know that they are going to compete with teams like Liverpool when the season begins. But then, guys, this is the update concerning Inaki Williams' performance. This is just based on my own opinion. If you watch the game and you have any other opinion, let me know that down below in the comments. Lastly, let's talk about ransford, yeboah, Königsdörffer. I mean, I was excited when I heard the player was leaving his former club, Hamburger SV, who played in the Bundesliga 2 last season, won the league and got promoted to the Bundesliga come next season. I was really excited for the player. But then we had reports he was leaving that club to OGC Nice, which is, for me, in my own opinion, a bigger club than Hamburger SV. And OGC Nice were already playing in the UCL qualifiers against Benfica. So I was even stating that their one leg was already in the UCL. Now, OGC Nice wanted to finish this deal as early as possible, so Ransford becomes part of the team during the qualifier games. Only for us to be hearing that he did medicals 2 times and failed on. And because of this, OGC Nice decided not to go on with the whole transfer again. It has failed, and the player has returned to his old club. Now, the player is happy to stay at his old club, and let's not forget he has 1 year left on his contract. But then let me read the report to you. Now, the report says that his medicals revealed a meniscus issue. OGC Nice therefore did further tests but opted to pull out of the deal. Hamburg have confirmed that Hamburg has confirmed that following the failed medical, ransford, yeboah, Königsdörffer has returned to the club. The German side said they did not expect this development due to the fact that the Ghanaian forward has only missed 2 games with the muscular issues in the past 3 years. I feel like some house witches are worrying this boy. Look, don't joke with house witches. So, like, how can this player miss 2 games with muscular issues in the past 3 years when he's ready for his biggest move? The medical tests are showing that this player has meniscus issues. What? House witches, this is your last warning. It pains me a lot for the player. I just hope that another team gives him a shot, he does the medical again, or his club, Hamburg FC, should do another medicals on the player. They should do another one on the player because I feel like, this makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I've listened to the whole thing, read several reports concerning it. It pains me a lot because this was this guy's big move to a big club because the whole deal cost 7 million euros and he's going to play French League 1, but now he's going to play with Hamburg SV in the Bundesliga, which is not bad in my own opinion, but I feel like, are they going to progress? Maybe top 3, top 5? Are they going to be there? The answer is no. You and I know. But OGC means you are guaranteed. You understand? But then, guys, this is what is happening to ransford, yeboah, Königsdörffer. 2 medical tests done on the player, and still he had an issue. So because of that, OGC is opted out. and now he's back at the club. Even the club themselves said they did not expect this. They didn't expect this. They did not expect this. Now, they also added that the player only missed 2 games due to a muscular injury in 3 years. So, House Witches, what you have done, are you proud of it? House Witches, oh, Ransford, don't worry, God will do. Why? God will do, don't worry at all. So, guys, this is what I have for you in today's video. I'm going to bring you more in another video. I have a lot to say, but then I'm going to bring you more in another video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.